And I was also wondering about when you talk to people and you have a good chat, but they're not explicitly like, I'll give you a referral or like, I'll pass your name along to HR. They're kind of just like, yeah, like keep in touch. Like I'll keep you kind of in the loop on hiring or something like that. Or they're like, yeah, like let me know if you have questions. Like it's a good chat, but they're not straight up like referring you, partially because I think that a lot of analysts don't necessarily have that pull yet. I was wondering if those contacts like actually help in the long run in terms of just like if your name comes up maybe in like the resume pile or something, or I don't know, maybe if I should just like be going for more like direct mentions of referrals or something like that somehow.
Um, they can still help, right? I mean, I think, look, if you want a referral from someone, there's like the person has to be willing and they have to be able, right? So it's kind of what you said, which is like an analyst might like you, but they might not have a lot of influence. And so they're not going to promise anything, right? Versus like, let's say if it's a managing director and they really like you, typically in my experience, and they'll just be like, oh yeah, like I can get you an interview or whatever, because they know they can, right? Or like those like go to HR and like, hey, we need to interview this guy or whatever, right? Um, and so if someone says like, hey, let's just keep in touch, keep you in a loop on hiring, generally I would say that's a positive thing, but maybe that's like, hey, they're willing to help out where they can, but it may not be like this, like they may not be able to single-handedly get you an interview, right? Like, can that person still potentially help you down the road? Yeah, absolutely. Like you never know who's going to be staffed on going through the resumes that come in, for example, right? Like usually like if someone has to sort through the resume, like a lot of times that's just like gets handed down to like some analyst because that's like it's like bottom of the totem pole and senior people are their time is too valuable for that, right? So maybe the guy you talk to is the guy who ends up sorting through the resumes, or even later. I think like at the if it's an analyst, it can happen where like they end up on like the interview panel or something for the super day, but I think it's more rare. But I would say if it's like associate and above, like then that person could end up on the interview panel potentially, right? And anyone who's on the interview panel, they will be in the discussion after the interview when they're kind of like voting on who should get an offer and who should move to the next round, who shouldn't, right? So again, if like someone you talk to is in that conversation, that could be very helpful because they can say good things about you during that discussion, right? So like you just never really know. I think like for someone, if someone says like, hey, let's just keep in touch, we'll keep you in a loop or whatever, and it's like, great, we'll do that. And then like just kind of like do what we teach, which is like periodically check in with them, send them update emails, keep them updated on your progress, right? Like once a quarter or whatever, and just kind of like stay on their radar, keep that relationship warm. And then like if nothing else, when it comes time for you to apply, check in with them one last time and let them know you're about to apply, right? And then again, ask them like if there's anything else you can do to best position yourself for an interview, and then like see what they say, right? It's like at that point, who knows? Maybe now they know they can help you, or maybe they still can't, or whatever. But like you just giving them one last nudge or doing one last temp check to see like, okay, is anything going to come out of this? Right. At least as far as like getting a referral goes. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hey there, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're looking for more customized advice that's tailored for your specific situation, then I invite you to book a free strategy session with our team at the link below. We'll talk to you soon.